No,
Say it again.
for real. I say within our community, we want to separate because we've been separated. So
That's
no,
entendre for your ass.
but this is the way it is. Like the same way that they used to say you a good Negro versus this Negro. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they was all Negroes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think for us, the holding accountability part is acknowledging that there are black men that do terrible shit that we don't stand on, but we want to separate them and say they're a different kind of black. No, they black too. You have positive and you have negative. And I think the reason we have such a level of glorifying, you know what I'm saying, the negative within our culture, because I would say, you know, after I got out of my personal community, you know what I'm saying, and I started to be in black spaces as an adult, you know what I'm saying, as an intellectual, you know, moving around doing business and shit like that, you don't find many of the real niggas in the room. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because black people are coexisting in a way that there is less ego, that there is less, you know what I'm saying, less bravado, or there is less suspicion of wrongdoing we have amongst ourselves, right. You know? Right. And a lot of times, you know, just my personal experiences, that happens more organically in places that are diverse or all different types of black people or accepting of other types of black people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, the most comfortable places you feel as a black person, because you get to let your guard down, is when you be in spaces where maybe it's queer people too, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they invited, they not excluded or ostracized from our, you know what I'm saying, there's black women that have, that are giving voices within the room, because a lot of times the black men take up the air in the room. Right. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to, you know, trying to influence others. So, you know, some of my biggest influences, and I'm sure some of yours too, are black women. Right. You know what I'm saying? So again, once you're in those spaces where it's more accepting, you look out and you see that they look at them doing that shit, the negative shit, you know what I'm saying, not defending our community, not upholding the morals and the ethics that we should have. Mm-hmm. They look at them and say that they, you know what I'm saying, that we need to help them. Mm-hmm. Right? Like we fixed ours, we went to therapy, we did our thing, you know what I'm saying? We taking care of, we thriving, black women graduating at a higher clip than, you know, from college than any other demographic, you know what I'm saying? That's been for almost a decade now, you know what I'm saying? They go to college, they get their degree. A lot of other people, not just black men, but a lot of other people go to college, fuck around and don't, you know what I mean? But, you know, personally working to close the wealth disparity gap, I think for every dollar that a white man makes, I think it's like white women make like 40 cents or 60 cents of it, something like that. And then it's black men that make like, for every dollar we make 20 something, 30 something, and then black women are behind that because they still paying them less. Right. But they working they the highest growing CEO class in America. So they working to also close that wealth disparity gap because they black too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the statistics of black wealth versus white wealth, you know what I'm saying? So again, I think that once we get in these spaces that are more inclusive, then we're able to help the people that we feel are lost within our community. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because again, bro, if we can't separate and say that they ain't black men. You know what I'm saying? That ain't a real black man. No, they are. The negative ones too. And then once we acknowledge that, because again, it's a lack of accountability. Black women die at the hands of black men more than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? And I understand, I'm not saying that is I understand what it's a symptom of, and then I also understand that violence, especially in America, is proximity. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people are killed by their domestic partners, whether they black men, black women. A lot of times that's who you know what I'm saying? Or a friend or whatever. You know, crime ain't as random as people project it to be. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times it's proximity. You know, that's why the black on black crime is a myth. Because white on white crime, we never heard that.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So again, you know, I think that a lot of the way we start to heal our community is by bringing it together and making spaces where somebody can actually come in and feel comfortable. They ain't gotta care.
See, and then this goes with what you were saying. Mm-hmm. We got to start caring again, bro. We got to genuinely start caring about each other again. That's how I feel. Yeah. That's the only thing that's really going to bring us back together. As far as like the household, the dynamic family, even taking back our culture, raising our kids, we got to start caring again, bro.
But we do that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about as like even those negative people that you was talking about, because we know love conquers all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Love conquers all. And once we start putting this love back out here, man, and we from Texas.
Yeah.
So we have a certain amount of love that we walk around with.
Right.
Anyways.
Right.
It's not like that in other places.
True.
You understand what I'm saying? And I think we really need to genuinely, as a whole, run a care campaign, bro. Like, it's certain things that we need to do. And, you know, we got to wind down. You know, we coming up on the hour.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
But speaking to that, you know what I'm saying, what do you think that, how much good do we do on, you know what I'm saying, on the actual macro level when we're only focusing on the micro level? Like, if we're only, like if you did a care campaign, does it address the systemic issues that we face? Does it address the narrative that has been carried that it ain't black men in the home, you know what I'm saying? Completely ignoring the prison industrial complex, completely ignoring the laws that were put in place where black men couldn't be in the home. If you know what I'm saying, we're talking about government assistance, even though more white people on government assistance than anybody. But you know what I'm saying, like, and they fucked up too. They daddies don't be around either. Yeah, and then you got there was a discourse, and I know, you know what I'm saying, I'm watching some. There was a discourse recently, you know what I'm saying. I know Twitter not a real place to some people, but to me, you know what I'm saying, it is.
Hey, you be sending me Twitter links often.
Yeah, bro, because I don't use it as an echo chamber.
Yeah.
I'm literally trying to find out what other people are thinking. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just aligning myself and reading people that think like me all day. Right. But there was a discourse around a lot of women that feel that they married, but they single parents. They got absent fathers in the home.
In the home. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I know and I have experienced it myself, you know what I'm saying, where a parent fulfills the obligation of the needs being met, but there's no real acts of service or acts of love or support, you know what I'm saying? Or even, like, I was thinking the other day that I wasn't even raised how to be a good sibling.